as my rather unambiguous short was last night, welcome to upstate New York, where we have 12 seasons a year. Happy Saturday, everyone. So, I'm sure some of you have probably seen the meme of the fact that upstate New York has like 12 seasons a year. Like, we're just got out of winter, and now we're in full spring. How do I know it's full spring? Because even though we clearly got a lot of snow on Thursday night, by Friday afternoon, a lot of it was gone. Oh, I wouldn't say a lot, I'd say about half of it was gone. Reason being, it was 40 degrees out, and therefore it melted away. That's how crazy the weather is. But don't worry. This week I do believe we're starting a second winter, which, seriously, Wednesday it's supposed to be as low as like -2 or something. Which, let's say it's a good thing that I'm in my apartment all nice and warm and cozy. Let's get to my low and my high, my act of kindness. Let's see, what would my low be? I guess the fact I probably took a little longer than I should have to do my short last night. Because it was like almost midnight, and therefore it would have been longer than a day. Well, actually, technically it already was longer than a day. But I could have liked it sooner, but my high was... Actually, my high is the reason why I was so late getting done was because I went out to Nick's last night, ran into an old friend of mine. My friend was celebrating his niece's birthday. She turned 22 years old. And they invited me over, and I had a blast. It was awesome. Honestly, it's the little things like that. I mean, there's already some big things happening this year. In fact, again, they're on my bucket list. But there's things that are going to happen that I wouldn't know I needed until they happen. And last night was one of those occasions. Because with it still being January, and again, the weather is being ridiculous at the moment, you need to take a win where you can get it. And that's exactly how I feel at this moment in time. Honestly, I had a great time last night. It was awesome. Let's see, what was my act of kindness? I did a couple things. I held the door for some people. I did that. I helped carry something for somebody. I did that too. What else? That's about it. But it was a nice evening nonetheless. And I'm very glad that it happened, and today I'm in for something really great today. There's actually a wrestling tournament in Elmira that I plan on going to this morning, which will be the second thing I check off my bucket list today for 2025. I mean, listen, I was also being real when it came to coming up with my bucket list. Yes, there will be times where I'll be able to check off things in fairly consistent succession. However, again, some things I'm not going to be able to check off until way in December, like almost when the year is over. And it's only January 18th. We got a long way to go. Thankfully, we have things that are exciting that will help kill some time. Like the playoff games this weekend, which has some NFL picks to make as well. Let's see. I know the Chiefs play the Texans first this afternoon. I remember that. And the Bills play the Ravens tomorrow night. I believe the Commanders and the Lions also play today in the evening. And then it's the Rams and the Eagles tomorrow. I think that's how it works. Oh, good, I was right. So, yeah, the Texans and the Chiefs are today, and the Commanders and Lions are tomorrow. I mean, later tonight. I'm sorry. Texans, Chiefs, Commanders, Lions, that's today. Rams, Eagles, Ravens, Bills, that's tomorrow night. Okay, we're good. We cleaned up a mess. The blood has been neatly washed from my hands. Okay. Who to pick? I mean, look, there's a reason why both the Chiefs and the Lions are number one seeds, even though Detroit clearly earned it more than Kansas City, in my opinion. But again, that's just me. There's also a reason why, in fact, for the Chiefs, there's a reason why I really do think the Bills could march into Arrowhead and win. Of course, the Bills have to beat the Ravens before they get there. However, there actually is a possibility that the Texans can beat the Chiefs. As crazy as it sounds. Admittedly, part of that is based on the fact that the Texans did beat the Bills. I remember watching that game because I was at the Valley Inn in Branchport, which is a great place to go to see a Bills game, by the way. Best one, seriously, top 3 wings I've ever had in my life. Oh, and the onion rings are the best I've ever had. Like, they will knock you on your ass. They're that good. Anyway, let's see. I've been seeing a lot of memes pop up, like the map of the United States, and it shows like what states are rooting for what teams. In regards to the Texans-Chiefs game, surprisingly, in an overwhelming fashion, with the exception of the state of Kansas, everyone wants the Texans to win. And I get it. I mean, at this point, in the span of 5 years, the Chiefs have become, the hero, but they've done it long enough to see them become the villain. I get it. However, I really couldn't deny the fact that, everyone knows that several of the Chiefs' wins were highly suspect. The Bengals should have beat them. The Ravens should have beat them. I believe they also should have lost one of their games against the Raiders. For all intents and purposes, one could argue that it's sheer dumb luck that the Bills are not the number one seed at the moment. And again, normally whenever the Bills aren't the number one seed, I always say, for the love of God, don't let it be Kansas City. But again, this is the first time I could actually see the Bills beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, which would mark Buffalo's first Super Bowl since 1994, I think. Yeah, 1994. Let's see. If only I paid attention to gambling and betting. Again, I don't gamble or bet anything. I gotta be able to pay rent, I can't afford to do that stuff. But I would like to see what the over-under is for this particular game. And the Commanders-Lions game, too, for that matter. Because both games feature teams that on paper really should win, but there's also those people that are saying maybe that win won't come as easily as they think it does. Also, on the other hand, it'd be really anticlimactic if I were to just say the Chiefs and the Lions simply because they were the number one seed. But again, there's a reason why they're the number one seed. as a Cowboys fan, I'd be shocked, annoyed, but I'd be a little bit happy if we wind up getting a Commanders-Eagles NFC Championship game. An all NFC East, both teams represent the NFC East. Especially when Jaden Daniels really has been playing out of his mind as a rookie. Good Lord. I know it seems like I'm going back and forth between both games, but there's so many similarities in both games, you might as well group them together at this point. I know there's a lot of people in America that would love to see upsets today. And I will admit, I'd like to see that upset too. I really would. I like seeing upsets, I do. Especially when they're teams that I root for. Fun fact, in both of the Eli Manning Giants Super Bowls, I rooted for the Giants. Solely because they were the underdogs in both games. I mean, the first game was the undefeated Patriots. Of course they would be the underdogs in that game. The second game, I thought they were the underdogs because, the Patriots lost to the Giants once in the Super Bowl. They're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Which was awesome when it happened again. And I was like one of the only people rooting for the Giants in a room full of Pats fans. Oh, that was awesome. And yes, I definitely was. Keep in mind, I was in my early 20s. I really was that guy. I was loud, obnoxious. I'm like, yeah, go Giants! Woo! Like, I was pissing so many Pats fans off. There was this one heavy-set girl who absolutely went ballistic at me, too. It was awesome. And it was totally worth it, too. Oh, gosh. America, I hear you. I would love to see upsets today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think against the Texans, the Chiefs are going to show why they're the number one seed, regardless of however they got to be the number one seed to begin with. And as for the Lions, they came too close last year, only to not make it to that point again. So, yeah. I'm picking the Chiefs and the Lions to win today. I have to. Again, I know it's cliche that I pick the number one seeds. And, here's the thing. If you remember on my top 11 Super Bowl matchups I want to see, I purposefully didn't have the Chiefs and the Lions as one of my Super Bowls I wanted to see. Because, it could happen. Again, when the playoffs start, there's 49 potential Super Bowl matchups. Obviously, someone's not going to get the Super Bowl matchup they want to see. I didn't put the Chiefs and Lions on there, partly because, again, it'd be cliche to have both number one seeds as a pick. But also, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the Lions really can make the Super Bowl this year. In fact, after what happened in the last couple of weeks, I definitely see the Lions making it to the Super Bowl finally this year. So long as Dan Campbell knows to go for the points, then I can totally see him do it. As for the Chiefs, I really think between the Texans, the Ravens, and the Bills, you've got someone that can stop the Chiefs. But I don't think it's going to be today. So, yeah. That's why I'm picking the Chiefs. I think whoever wins between the Ravens and the Bills game, that's the team going to the Super Bowl. At least for the AFC. So, yeah. That's my reasoning. I got the Chiefs and the Lions today. Look, again, I'm sorry if it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like I'm picking the obvious answer, but it's the obvious answer for a reason. How could it not be the Chiefs and the Lions winning today? I mean, again, I don't gamble, I don't bet, because I by no means have any money to bet with. But if I did, I'd just make it obvious. Make it the Chiefs and the Lions. However, I did see like an over-under for like the Texans winning the Super Bowl is like 2,500 to 1. Or something crazy number like that. Or maybe it's like 6,000 to 1 or something. Basically, if someone actually picks the Texans to win the Super Bowl, and they do, they're going to get a lot of money. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. The Chiefs and the Lions, those are the teams that are going to win today. Those are the teams that are going to move on to the championship round. As for tomorrow's games, I should say. Listen, I just said that whoever wins between the Bills-Ravens game is going to the Super Bowl. But, again, this isn't the time for us to talk about that. As for the Rams and the Eagles, well, again, you gotta wait till tomorrow for me to make that answer. So, yeah, Chiefs, Lions, those are my picks. And now I'm going to go about my day. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys watching Joe for Name. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, if you guys want to talk, Jam, we're here to let me know. Always your back. Take care and make good choices. 6-0-7 all day, baby.